Well, hello everybody and welcome back. Mindcrack Season 5, Vanilla Minecraft server, Jeff again. And guess what? I'm here at the Blaze Farm. And I was coming here because I wanted to get a new pick that was efficiency and unbreaking and all that fun stuff to replace this one that it takes so much money to like repair at this point. Though I could still repair it at this point. But guess what? I went and put my pick in here to see what I was going to get. And at 26, I get a Fortune 2 pick. I'm wondering if at 30 I will get a Fortune 3 pick. I'm trying to find out. Efficiency 4. Nope. So I'm going to put this back to 26 because Fortune is something that I'm missing. And I'm going to waste this to get my Fortune 2 pick because I want that as well. So, boom. Oops, I was like, what the hell? Fortune 2. Done. I got my Fortune pick. Now the thing is, I still need to get this thing, like, upgraded and fixed. But what would I get for some books? So I might be able to just make one at home. Sharpness 2, Sharpness 1. That does not help me at all. I think I need to go home and get another pick. I can't do anything with that pick. I could theoretically, I think, repair this with another pick for... Get some more unbreaking. For 33 levels it was, so maybe I can get enough here just to repair it one final time. If I can get up to 33 levels. So I still had a lot of blazes chilling in here that we needed to get. I was already at like 19 or 20 levels when I came over here, so it wasn't that. So let's just kill them all, get all the experience I can. Hey. Oh, apparently I was AFK before, and so he came out before. Let's see the levels I get here. Okay, I'm at least at the 33 that I'll need to repair this thing. And I mean, and we'll go with that for now. You gonna give me these other levels? Or 35. There's not that many of them still flushing around my face. There we go. Let me see what I can get if I were to still put this book on with one level would be sharpness. Oh yeah, I already checked that out. It'd be 3 levels. Let's see if this changes anything. I'm just curious. Knockback, sharpness. No. Okay, so what we're going to do, because I'd love to have an unbreaking 2 or 3 on this pick as well. But I'm going to meet you guys back at the base, and we'll get this thing taken care of. Well, this is problematic as well. Son of a... Ugh. Get him. Okay, thank God. Okay, taken care of. But he's done some damage, and I apologize. I don't have any dirt on me. I can't fix it now. And not exactly what's called my fault, but I don't have any dirt on me, do I? No. But next time I come down here, I'll just bring some more dirt with me because I want to get that fixed. But I'll see you guys momentarily still. Alright, guys, we're back, and I guess I should use the levels I have. Nope, I need to make a new pick first in order to fix this one, and I'll keep this fortune pick around because that won't be too bad to have it. Got it. And then we're going to take this guy, not the fortune pick. We'll take this guy and this guy. So I can now get my efficiency 3, unbreaking 1 back to full strength. Put my fortune pick in here. And actually, I believe I have some... Let's turn this thing off. I believe I have some enchanted books in one of these. Punch 1, protection 2. Those aren't going to be helpful. Got some dirt in case I go back that way. I was going to see just if I had any, like, a single unbreaking or something of that sort to get rid of. And it does not appear that I do. So that's fine. We will just put... What did I just see it? In this one? I just saw books in one of these. I was looking at my inventory. So in this one, I'm just going to throw my extra books because I'm not going to use them right now. I will bring my efficiency and my silk touch picks with me, so I don't need these iron picks as much as I once thought I was going to. And what we're doing now is we're going on a journey. And the journey is because I need more iron and such. So I gotta go find myself a place to do some caving at. And I'm not sure exactly how to go about doing that. But I feel I went the other direction in the nether and got myself all lost and confused Though people pointed out that, you know, I'm so close to 1 or to 0, on the spawn point that it's not hard to get back to. It wasn't that I was lost and didn't like know how to get back because I knew I could follow the coords. I had gotten myself trapped in a way that was very difficult to follow the coordinates, is what happened. So we're just going to go out, though. The whole point of this was to go out and build another portal somewhere, and then randomly in the world, and start somewhere where I could find some what do you call it? You know, things, caves. That's the word. And I did not bring with me any sort of obsidian. So hang tight. Let me go get my obsidian prepared, and maybe a flint and steel, and I'll be back with you guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to actually go farm up some obsidian, which was annoying, but I have 11 pieces on me and a flint and steel, so this mission hopefully will not be a bust. I mean, if I fall and die and lose that stuff, I lost a lot of other good stuff in the interim as well, so hopefully that is not the case. But so Julia's parents are staying with us for a couple days. They came out to visit, and when people come and stay at our place, the extra bedroom is the bedroom I have my recording stuff set up in. So it can somewhat limit my abilities to do recording, but in this case, it's not really a big deal at all, because for one, I'll make plans around the fact that people are staying here, as well as I'm working the night shift. So right now it's during the day, so they're not here, and I can come down here and easily record. No big deal. But the reason I bring this up is because I came down to record, and it's freezing cold down here in my room, and it always is freezing cold in this room. I have a little space heater. Ooh, look, a gas here. I have a little space heater down here because it just does not warm up enough in here. And I had to move the space heater because I had to move it, obviously, for them when they were sleeping last night, which one thing I don't like about people staying in our house is the fact that I know that this room is cold, and the space heater does not do this room like justice. It's not powerful enough to warm up all aspects of this room that it needs to. So I almost feel bad. Like, yeah, you can stay in our guest room. It's really fucking cold, but go ahead and stay there. Like, enjoy yourself. So it makes me feel a little bit bad when I do that. Why are so many of those things still in there? But you know what? It's an extra room. It's a bed, all that fun stuff. You do what you got to do, I guess. But it makes me wonder, how come a place can't get things right to make the heat actually spread evenly throughout the room? On Shark Tank a couple weeks ago, they actually had somebody on there who was advertising his product that was a smart register vent, and it was meant for systems like mine who I'm not on multiple different grids. A lot of places will have like the downstairs is on one grid because it'll heat differently than the upstairs and all this stuff. Our whole house is on one grid, which makes it so the bedrooms get super freaking hot, the main floor gets temperature, and the basement stays like freezing cold. Oops, I already had those in my bar, which gets things really annoying. And this vent was meant to be a smart vent, that each vent itself would have a temperature sensor on it, and when it reached a certain temperature, it would close to force air to go to the other areas of the house that hadn't warmed up yet. It was essentially turning like a one-grid system into a multi-grid system, as long as you wanted everything at the exact same temperature. That is brilliance, in my opinion, and something that like I need for this house, but it makes me wonder, like, why is it so bad at putting the temperatures there? It's all depending on where the temperature sensor is and all that stuff. I get it. And if the temperature sensor, wherever it's located, thinks that it's only like 50 degrees when you have it set to 70, it'll keep the heater going in order for that spot where the sensor is to reach the right temperature. So it will get rooms that are already at 70 degrees even hotter, because it still kicks out the air in order to make it, you know. I just fished up a Flame 1, Punch 1, Power 3 Unbreaking Bow. That's a nice bow. He's doing some fishing, so he must not be doing AFK fishing. He must just be sitting there and fishing. Oh, I almost just jumped down there. But it makes me think of, like, I rent this house, and granted I will sometimes do this with rentals, but whenever I buy a house in the future, granted if you buy it it's a little different because you have a lot more ability to be able to do adjustments and modifications. Granted it would cost money, but if I ever buy a house, there's certain features in a house that I would look for, as in when I would go in to inspect the house. Oh my god. Glowstone? at ground level? Here for me? Don't mind if I do. This isn't even what I came out here for, but it is mine now. Awesome. But there's a couple features that I already do for apartments, and it's funny because I hate when I rented apartments in Michigan. In DC, it's a little bit different because I don't know, the place is so like saturated with people. Every apartment I've ever rented in DC, if it was a house, it's different, but when it's an apartment, you go into the apartment complex, you talk to them about wanting to rent an apartment, and they show you the floor plans and all this stuff, and then they'll go show you their model apartment. And when I had an apartment over in Crystal City, I specifically asked them, I was like, okay, the apartment that you want to give us is, you know, what, 134B or whatever it was. That was not the number in my apartment, so I don't live there anymore anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But 134B is the apartment you want to rent. Okay, so here's the floor plan of what that apartment looks like. And I was like, hey, I would rather, I think I was going this way, right? Oh, no, I was going this way. Okay. I was like, you know, I'd rather go see the apartment, not just the floor plan and not just the model. Oh, no. You can't see the apartment that you're going to rent. You have to go see our model. We're doing things in your apartment. You're not allowed to go look at it. I'm like, well, when can I come back and actually look at the apartment I'm going to rent? Oh, no. You can't do that. You can either move into it or not move into it, but you will see the model apartment. Like, they don't give you the option to go look at the apartment that you are renting, which I find really annoying because there's things that I've been screwed over with in the past in apartments, and I was wondering if anybody had similar experiences. My friends, actually, it all started because my friends purchased a house, a very, 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 very small house, but it was a house nonetheless. They purchased this house. They didn't do a thorough inspection of the house. I mean, they did the inspection like all the legal inspections and all, but they didn't do the thorough inspection that I'm going to talk about on some things that get overlooked, and they got screwed because of it. And the main thing was they got the house, they were all excited, they were in their like honeymoon phase of their relationship. You know, they never ended up getting married, and they ended up splitting up at some point in the, I can't say short future. It was quite a many years that they were together before they split up. I'm jumping. I'm doing it. It was, like I said, many, many years that they were still together for. But either way, it was a honeymoon phase of their relationship. And they got this house, got all excited, had a big party the day that we moved in. You know, of course, whenever you move, you have your friends help you move, and you supply the pizza and the beer or whatever you're going to do. You supply, they get free alcohol if they help you move. That's all there is to it. So if you ever ask your friends to help you move, you best expect that you're giving them, free alcohol. That's just a rule. So we went out there, we partied, we had a good old time with them for, you know, the night, and they woke up in the morning, and the girl, her name was Christina. She comes out and she sits down in the living room after getting up and like showering. And of course, you know, a bunch of us just crashed all around the place, around couches, on the floor, or wherever we're at. And she comes out and she sits on the couch and she's like, you know what? This sucks. And I was like, or she's like, she said something to the effect of like, this house sucks. And I'm like, dude, you just bought this house. Like, I hope it doesn't suck that bad, because you can't turn back now. It's yours. You purchased it. It belongs to you. I'm going to come back for this glowstone later, because I'm going to be right around this general vicinity. I might actually make my portal right here and hope that it's far enough away from everybody else who's already around. Let me take a real quick look around the corner. There's lots of glowstone around. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to build it like right here. It seems to be safe, and we'll just see what it's like. And I was like, you know, hope it doesn't suck that bad yet, but, you know, humor me. What's the deal? And she's like, the shower has the absolute worst water pressure in existence. And I was like, okay, no, it can't be that bad. I walked in, I turned on the faucet, and I swear to God, on full blast, it was literally this little trickle coming out of the end of the faucet. It's just like, you had to basically stand in there and put your head pretty much against the wall to let the stuff drip onto your head. And from then on, I was like, I will never get screwed and purchase a house that has water pressure that is that bad, or I will never get an apartment that has water pressure that is that bad. What is happening? There we go. Okay, I made it. That took a long time. I'm pretty sure this is a brand new area. I hate the jungle. Good, it looks like the jungle doesn't last too long, that there's normal stuff over here. I hope this isn't somebody else's random treetop portal. I don't think it is. But, so, I get an apartment a couple months later. I moved into an apartment, and I told them I want to see my apartment. Oh no, you could go see the model apartment. You know, we don't show your apartment. They're painting it right now, and I'm like, you know, I don't care. They can be painting it, and I said you will not have. I will not move into this place unless you show me the apartment that you're trying to sell me. For one, I want to see what it looks like. Like, you have like 5 of them that you're saying that you can give me all of these different 5 apartments that are available right now. And I'm looking at them on a layout of your land. But who knows? Maybe they have really crappy views that I don't want to look at. And I want to see. Oh, look at this. Oh, I thought they were horses and stuff. They're not. But this does look like a brand new land, so I think I'm in good shape here. I'm going to... I can see my portal in the distance. I should have the coords in the chat just in case while I go off looking for a pumpkin patch. I'm not looking for that. I see one. I'm wondering if there's an easy way to find some caves at this point. It's like surface caves that go all the way down, but... And I said, no. If you want to sell me this apartment, if you want me to rent this apartment, you're going to show me these apartments so I can check out the views, see which one I like. I don't want to, go into an apartment building when I first get it and all of a sudden there's just like crazy music blasting next door because of the fact that that's always how these people live and you've never like told them to stop, and now I'm going to just be completely miserable for the rest of the time that I'm here because it's like, I don't know, neighbors that are evil or something like that. Ooh, perfect. A ravine. I like this. I can deal with the ravine. So... they were like, okay, it was a different places, Michigan. They're not hurting for, or they're hurting for people to move in as opposed to, whereas in DC, they're the complete opposite of hurting for people. They couldn't care less if you moved in. They got plenty of people waiting. Whoop, okay, that was dangerous, but I did it. So they went and showed me these apartments, and I went into the bathrooms and started flipping on the showers. And the lady was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I got to see what the water pressure is. And I found one that I liked the view of, and the water pressure was like really nice in the shower. And I was like, sweet, I'll take this one. This is the one I want. So I ended up moving into this apartment and realized that, yes, granted, I checked the water pressure in the shower, but the first time I used the toilet, I had just peed in it, and I looked around, or I flushed the thing, and I'm looking around because it seriously was like, I mean, it was like going around in slow motion, and I was like, what is wrong with this thing? I'm like, there's no way this thing is going to hold me, doing a little bit more than peeing in this toilet. And sure enough, the first time I used it for more than that, I instantly, nothing flushed down. It didn't clog. The poop swirled. You just watched it spin in a circle, and then it just sat there. It started to try to go down the hole, and then I just like raised back to the top. And it took me probably a month of arguing with them to have them. They sent the maintenance guy out, of course, right away because I just moved in. They're like, oh no, everything's working perfectly fine in your toilet. And I'm like, obviously it's not, because you're looking at my perfectly fine working toilet and you're still seeing the load that I just made still sitting in there. So I don't know what you're smoking to say that obviously it's perfectly working, because you can't get it to flush either. But so I don't know what they did. They made it work, and it worked that worked okay, like very mediocre okay for approximately a week, and then went right back to what it was. I think it took them a month that they ended up coming out and like replacing the entire toilet bowl or whatnot, and I don't know what they did to it, but they did it one day when I was at work, and I came home and it was finally working, and it had a newer toilet, high efficiency toilet in there that was a lot more powerful than the one that they were using. So I don't know exactly what the problem was, but I didn't like having that argument with them that look, obviously it's not working because I can't flush the toilet. I can't have people over to my house because my poop is still floating in the toilet. Like, they're like, can I use the bathroom? And I'm like, oh no, I don't have one of those. I'm sorry. You have to go to the street or the store around the corner, because I'm not letting people in there. That's embarrassing. I got an apartment this is not gravel. That is gravel. I got an apartment a couple years later, and it was funny because, again, I made them show me the apartment. They actually weren't reluctant at all to show it to me. They're like, you want to see the apartment that we're looking at? Like, here's 4 you can choose from. They all had, like, this one had a balcony, and it was a lot bigger. And they were like, this one overlooks the woods. This one overlooks this area. And we're like, oh, let's go check out the one that overlooks the woods. That would be awesome. So we went and checked out the one that overlooked the woods, and I left my water somewhere. I'll go steal that water. Let's go check out the one that overlooks the woods. And then when we walked in, like, cool view in the back, more secluded of an apartment area. And it was one of those ones that opened up into, like, there was a key to the downstairs door that you needed a special key for that allowed you into a little suite that had 4 apartments in it. And then each apartment itself needed, you know, its own key to get into. So it was kind of like a double key system to get in, which we really liked. And the neighbor, one of the neighbors was out at the time, and it was really a really cool young girl about our age, which we became very good friends with throughout the time that we lived there. But she was there as well. So we were like, yeah, dude, this place is perfect. But I said, I got to go check a couple things first. And it was a 2-bathroom apartment. And I walked into both bathrooms, and both bathrooms, it had its own washer and dryer as well. So I went and turned on the washer, turned on the dryer. I don't know why I turned on the dryer. I think I was going to wait and see if it heated up really fast, because I've had apartments before where the dryer didn't, like, dry at all. It pretty much just spun clothes around. But I think I turned it on to make sure I felt that it was actually getting hot. I turned on the washer to make sure it sounded like it had pressure to heat up, as well as I turned on both showers and then flushed both toilets and turned on the sink in the kitchen and everything. And the lady was like, everything okay? And I was like, yep, I'm just checking the water pressure. She was like, okay. And I just checked all the water pressures, and she was like, so what'd you think? And I was like, no, water pressure's great. And she's like, oh, phew, thank God. I've never had anybody actually come in and do that before. And I'm like, well, everybody should. And she was like, yeah, you're right. Everybody probably should. But, so that's what I do from now on. And unfortunately in DC, you can't actually do that. Like, granted, I get a house, I rent a house, and yeah, you can come check out your house. Usually you have to, like, interview with the landlord, interview with the roommate. It's more about them wanting you as opposed to you wanting them, is what it kind of comes down to in a lot of ways. But there's so few choices to find something with a decent price point in a neighborhood or an area that you want, that you kind of end up having to deal with a lot of that stuff, which is really annoying, that you just have to suck it up and deal with it if it's something that you don't like. But, I mean, unfortunately, it's what you have to do. But if you're getting an apartment, make sure you're allowed to see the apartment that you're actually getting, because, like, had I realized that the basement was as cold as it is in the winter, and I mean, it's kind of hard because you can't tell if you don't go looking for an apartment in the winter, you know, it's annoying. I don't know how bad it is, but had I known it was this cold, I might have made some other choices on where to go, or where to get my stuff set up, at least, because it is freezing down here. I got the heater on, and it just does not do it justice. And yeah, that was my story. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.